YouTube channel, the autism piece that we did that he put together with Dory is the best presentation surrounding autism I've ever seen. You actually need to send it to Dell. He should watch that with all his people because it will wake them up.
Yeah.
And they're the ones talking about being awake about it. It's like, no, you're missing the issue. Kids with autism or kids with Asperger's or ADD or ADHD, they're not damaged. They're blocked. They basically have a wall, and it's a glass wall, right? So it's not something that they can't see out of. They can see everything that's going on, but they can't communicate because that wall is up. And as Dr. Rao touches on in the presentation that we have, the chemical pathways are all jacked up because of the mercury, because of the glyphosate, because of the aluminum, because of some of the other metals, but those are the big three. Mm-hmm. And their serotonin pathways are screwed up. So let's look at that real quick. Your pineal gland, which is calcified by fluoride, is where melatonin is produced. Why are people taking so many melatonin supplements now? Because they can't sleep, because the freaking pineal gland doesn't work.
Yeah.
So this is where these two become so important, right? You get your clean slate, you get your zero in, now restore. But clean slate's going to clean up the mess. It decalcifies the pineal gland. You take your zero in to allow your gut, which is where 95% of neurotransmission is created. So your gut produces the neurotransmitters, which sends the frequencies and the signals of those neurotransmitters to your brain through your vagus nerve. The serotonin goes to the pineal gland, which is now freshly decalcified, which converts serotonin into melatonin. Mm-hmm. What happens? You're able to go to sleep. But here's the interesting part. And you see this in autistic kids because that pathway is screwed up. They're producing massive levels of serotonin. So naturally, you have the serotonin convert to melatonin, so you're able to go to sleep. The excess serotonin converts to DMT. So you dream. The problem is in autistic kids, their serotonin levels are spiked all the time, which is converting to DMT. So these kids aren't flighty. They're not there. The kids are high. They're tripping throughout their entire life because they're looking around going, holy shit, there's some amazing stuff going on. Imagine if you were on a mushroom trip every minute of your freaking life. That's what these kids are experiencing.
Yeah.
So once you start to remove those blockages, you remove the mercury, decalcify the pineal gland, you get some of the aluminum out from head to toes, and you start to clean that up. The wall comes down and kids start talking, going, hey, I've been here the entire time. You just couldn't communicate with me. It's like, how come we didn't have this the entire time? And sometimes it takes, and it's not immediate. It's a process. It's the same thing for systemic detoxification for all of us. This is not something that we're talking about, oh, I got vaccinated, so I'm poisoned. No, you've been poisoned since you were in the womb. And that's what we're addressing. We got to address everything from day one, whether you see day one when sperm meets egg and fireworks happen, or you see day one and your head pops out and you go, oh, I'm here. We are poisoned from day one. Yeah. And our exposure compounds every breath you take. So that's what we're dealing with. What people are worried about with a vaccine now is just an extra tipping point. It's an additional exposure that creates additional weakness. You just got to clean up the mess because you can't worry about the leaves on the floor amidst the forest, right? You have to take in the entire context of your location and where you are. Yeah, the people that can't see the forest amongst the trees.
Yeah, I agree.